Last time they had some.
Chef Dana, we can't hear you if you talk. Chef Dana?
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
Good, we got you.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear
You can
you.
hear. Okay. All right. I'll restart. Welcome everybody to Little Chefs. I'm your host, Dana Herbert, owner of Desserts by Dana. I'm excited to be cooking with you guys today because this is one of my favorite parts of the day, which is breakfast. I think for any little chef, it's important to be able to start the day off right. So you need some techniques in the morning that'll get you fed. I grew up lots of eggs. I was fortunate. My grandmother and my mother could really cook. So we got a lot of pancakes and French toast and so forth. And so that's how I learned to cook breakfast. So today we're going to do a stuffed French toast. And we're going to do some brown sugar glazed bacon. And I'm going to teach you guys how to make some omelets. Now, omelets are kind of, they can be slightly difficult the first time or two that you make them. I'm not going to lie, even as a pro, when I started working for, I believe it was Marriott, and I was cooking omelets on the buffet. First 6 or so, I probably lost them. But once you get used to it, how they cook, when to fold them and so forth, it gets really easy. It's like riding a bicycle. Once you know how to do that movement, you're good to go. So let's do a couple things here today. Number one, we're gonna need to turn the oven on because we're gonna need to do some baking because we got some bacon. All right, so let's turn our ovens on. Let's take it to 350. So I'm gonna turn my oven on here. We're gonna go to 350. I have recipes here. I know you guys had them. This is how you did your shopping. When I'm referring to the bacon, we're doing recipe number 2. Oops, it says to take our ovens to 400. So correction. Go ahead and set your oven to 400 degrees. I'm sorry. Let's go 400. Now, if you have the type of oven called a convection oven, the one that has a little fan that's moving around on the inside, you can set your oven to 375. 375 in a convection oven is the equivalent to cooking 400 on a conventional oven. The fan actually circulates the air, thus making it more efficient, eliminates some of the hot spots, and you won't need to go quite to 400. So if you have a convection, the one with the fan, go ahead and set it to 375. All right, next thing we're gonna need to do, you're gonna need to have 2 pans out, right? One of them, yay, for French toast, the other one for omelets. All right, let's go ahead and set those to a medium heat now.
Media volume set to 50%.
Okay. So I'm setting my stove here to medium for this one, and I'm gonna go medium for this one. I like to warm them up so that when we go to cook, they're ready to go. It doesn't take so much time in between to get them going. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and warm this one up to medium. Oops, let's get my burner size. You gotta love these GE stoves. Like, you can customize them, set your burner sizes. They are great. They are great.
Someone asked, is this French toast or an omelet?
So this pan right here, the little one we're going to use for the omelet. The bigger pan we're going to use for the French toast. I'm warming up both of them so that they'll react pretty quickly when we're ready to cook. Okay, so that's why I warm up both of them. Perfect. Okay, so that's warming up and that's warming up. So oven should be set to 400. These two should be set to medium heat. They should be warming up. Let's go ahead and get that brown sugar bacon going. So look at recipe number 2. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. We're going to set up our brown sugar bacon, get it on the pan, and we'll get that going in the oven. All right. So I got 2 kinds of bacon here. One of them is a Applewood smoked bacon. The other one is a maple turkey bacon. Some people like to eat pork, some don't. I'm gonna do both for you today. All right, but I'll show you a few different variations of how we're gonna play with the bacon. So let's go ahead and open up our bacon. I'll go ahead and cut both these open. And I'll do the turkey bacon first. Okay, so I'm just going to open the pack, and we're just going to lay some pieces out here on the pan, just like this. All right. Now, I remember one time I did a news story on, can I eat more turkey bacon than I can regular bacon, et cetera, et cetera. And the reality is typically no, because of the sodium that's in both of the meats. They normally recommend, even though turkey could be a slightly leaner meat, that it's kind of like a 1-for-1. Okay, I'm gonna set this back here. So this bacon is real simple, but I promise you, it gives you a nice little something, something. You'll thank me for it later. So what we want to do is take some of this brown sugar that I got here, and we're just going to sprinkle it on top of the bacon. So as this bacon cooks and the fats and so forth heat up, it's going to help melt the bacon, and it makes a really nice brown sugar kind of crust on your bacon. I remember I was eating one time at a buffet, or at like a Brazilian steakhouse, but they have a breakfast. And I was like, man, that bacon was incredible. What are they doing to the bacon? And then one day I had a meeting with the owner. She's like, oh, you like the bacon? And I was like, I love the bacon. What are you guys doing? She's like, sprinkle it with a little bit of brown sugar before you cook it. Amazing. Amazing. All right. So I'm just sprinkling the brown sugar on my bacon. You don't have to go super heavy, but just give it a little something. And again, it's going to melt down while it's cooking. All right, so this is just the regular brown sugar bacon right here. Okay, so check that out. You can even see right now that the brown sugar, see how it's getting darker in some spots? It's already starting to melt just from the moisture from the bacon. So you can tell it's going to break down really nice for us. All right. This one here is my Applewood bacon. Pull a few pieces out of here. Okay. So I'm going to lay some Applewood bacon out. I like the Applewood. It has really good flavor to it. But you can choose your favorites. There's regular hardwood, smoked. What else is there? There's cherry wood. There's honey cured. So they all make some really nice bacons. All right. Okay. Get a few more pieces here. And then I'm gonna end up sprinkling this one with some brown sugar, but I'll show you some variations. You guys want to see some variations? You like some tricks? Thumbs up if you like some tricks and variations. All right. I'll show you guys a couple tricks here. And mom and dad will probably like these too. Okay. So got my bacon here. I'm just going to put the rest in the refrigerator. Listen, as little chefs, it's important when you are, what's the word for it? Done playing with your proteins. You need to keep them refrigerated, all right? So let's keep our bacon in the fridge. Let's keep it safe. Oops. There we go. All right. So let's do a couple variations. All right. So check this out. First and foremost, we got to put the brown sugar on, right? That's the base. So if you're using Applewood, okay, or whatever one you're using, let's get the brown sugar on there. That's step one. Okay. After we get the brown sugar on there, you can do some other things to here. Now, if you want to be adventurous, like we should be, right? Little chefs are always adventurous. We're always creating, right? This is how you come up with the good stuff. All right. So once you get the brown sugar on, could do a little bit of black pepper. So I'm going to do a few of mine with some black pepper. Mom and dad might like this one a lot too, especially the daddies that like the black pepper thing going on. All right. So I'm going to do a few of these with some black pepper. Or, oops, that one's a little high. Okay, there we go. Or if you want to do something a little different, you can put some nuts on there. So you can crumble up some pecans and sprinkle them on top of your brown sugar there, just like I'm doing. If you want a nutty bacon. Now, I don't have it here today, but if you want a sweet and spicy bacon, you could put a little sriracha on there. There's all kinds of things you can do. You can do sweet and nutty, sweet and spicy. Okay, so I'm just sprinkling some pecans on a few of these. And then I'll leave two of them plain. Okay. All right, I'll leave these two just regular. Okay. There we go. All right, so let's get ready to put our bacon into the oven. So again, I got some black pepper bacon. I got some pecans on some of the bacon, and I got the regular one here with just the brown sugar on my Applewood. And then on the turkey bacon, I'm gonna leave it just like that. This one needs a little extra love. Okay, so let's go to the oven with the bacon. We're gonna do 15 to 18 minutes at least, all right? I have two types of bacon here, so I know that they're gonna cook at different rates, different speeds. I know this, but I'm gonna check them at about 15 to 18 minutes. All right, into the oven we go. All right. So that's our brown sugar bacon, right? Simple, easy. This is definitely something, mom and dad, that the kids can do. All you got to do is break out the pack, give them the brown sugar, they could go to work. I know it's every parent's dream that one day they can just walk in the kitchen and be like, you know, I think today I'll take an omelet with some peppers and ham and a little bit of cheese. And can you hook me up with some brown sugar bacon? And I know the kids, you guys are itching to be able to cook, right? You guys are going to get there. Hang with me. I promise you. By the time we get done Little Chefs, you'll be ready for a Little Chefs competition. Hint, hint. We'll talk about that later. So we got that going. What do you think? Who wants to work on stuffed French toast yet? Thumbs up if you want to do stuffed French toast. All right, we'll do stuffed French toast next, and then we'll end with the omelet, okay? So over here, I've got some ingredients for our stuffed French toast. French toast is really a custard. That's what you're dipping the bread in. You can use all sorts of bread for your French toast. I mean, you could even use the regular sandwich bread. My mom used to do that a lot of times when we were growing up. You could use challah, you could use brioche, you could use Italian bread, you can use baguettes. French toast is just that versatile. French toast is really kind of like the cousin to bread pudding. It's like, what do you do with the stale bread, you know, when it's gotten crusty or so forth? what do you do with it? How do you not throw it away and do other things with it? Two things that were very popular were bread pudding and French toast. All right, bread pudding was more of the dessert, French toast more for breakfast. All right, so let's look at some of our ingredients here. We've got some cinnamon. We've got some vanilla. I got milk, sugar. We got eggs. For the filling, we're going to do cream cheese with a little sugar and my favorite, bananas. If you don't like bananas, you could always replace that with some berries. You could replace it with strawberries are very popular. And then for toppings later, because I'm doing banana, you know how we do the banana pudding thing. Got to have some vanilla wafers. All right. Okay, so let's do this. Let's make our mixture to dip our bread in. Let's get that out the way first. All right. So I'm going to take 2 cups of milk, which I have right here. I'm going to put that in my bowl. I'm going to take a 1/2 cup of sugar. In this bowl here, I have a full cup of sugar, so I'm only going to use about half of it because I'm using the rest of it for my sweetening for my cream cheese. So I've put in here 1/2 cup of sugar. Let's put in our vanilla. Okay. Let's put in here some sprinkle of cinnamon. Okay. And then we're going to need 3 eggs. For every, approximately when you're doing French toast, for every, say, 2 cups of milk, you're going to need about 3 eggs in your batter. So there's 1. Okay. Here is number 2. And then here's number 3. All right. So then we just want to grab your whisk and whisk that together. Make sure we're breaking up those egg yolks. The egg yolks are where the fat is in the egg. So if you're ever wondering where a lot of the fat is coming from when you eat an egg, it's coming from the yolk. That's going to give you the richness for the batter. Okay. All right. I'm moving too fast. I'm on chef warp speed. I'm going to slow down just a little bit, okay? Sometimes when we do this every day, we get into this rhythm or this tempo that we're used to working at in the kitchen. So I apologize. All right. So in my bowl here, let's recap. I have 2 cups of milk. I have about a 1/2 cup of sugar. And then I have a little pinch of vanilla. I have a little bit of cinnamon. And we just whisk that all together. 3 eggs, 2 cups of milk, 1/2 cup sugar, a little cinnamon, a little vanilla. That creates your classic French toast batter. And we said for every 2 cups of milk, we use 3 eggs. That's like the ratio. So if you're making a lot of French toast and you have to make more batter and you have a bigger family or something like that, just remember for every 2 cups, 3 eggs, and you'll be fine. Okay. So this is what my mixture looks like right here. That's it. Right? You should notice with the addition of the sugar, the surface of your French toast batter actually gets a little shiny. That's the sugar in there. You can see the shine on the top. Once all the foam goes away, you'll see a little shine to it. It's kind of cool. All right. So that's that mixture. Now let's mix up the cream cheese filling. Really simple. And if you don't have it, make sure you're referring back to your recipes. Check this out. Here we go. So for our cream cheese mixture, I have the 8 ounces of cream cheese right here. Okay. I have my teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to go ahead and add that to it. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon, approximately a teaspoon, to the mixture. So I got my vanilla, I have cinnamon, and I have the cream cheese in this bowl right now. And then we're going to add the 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. Okay. And then we just want to mix that together. Set this back here. So just take your little spatula, mix together your powdered sugar, the cream cheese, the cinnamon. Uh-oh, I'm making a mess. Dana did it. And I'm mixing that together. We want to just get it to a smooth paste. Dana's over here making powdered sugar messes today, y'all. You saw it, right? That was twice. Normally, I'm not the one that's making the mess. Okay, there we go. There's this thing that we say, make sure you have the right tool for the right job. My bowl might have been a tad small, I guess. All right, but I'm just mixing this together. You see my cream cheese, it's nice and soft. If your cream cheese is really hard and really firm, just zap it in the microwave for a second, you know, for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, because you see how mine's like spreadable, right? So mine's just kind of softened up a little bit. It's easier to fill the French toast if it's a little softer. Okay. All right. That looks good. It smells good. Okay, so this is my cream cheese mixture. Let's take a look at that. So I got my egg mixture and I've got my cream cheese mixture, 1 and 2. So as everybody, I'll give you guys a minute or two. Let's pull together your cream cheese mixtures. Make sure that we're good to go. Pull together that egg mixture. Make sure we're good to go. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this because I won't need this any longer. And I'm gonna get rid of this. Set those eggs and sugar to the back. I'm gonna set my cinnamon. I'm gonna keep my cinnamon because sometimes I like to sprinkle a little bit on there at the end. I'm gonna hang on to that. I'll get rid of this.
Slow down a little.
So our next step is we're going to cut some bread and some, we're gonna cut the bread and we're gonna cut some bananas. Okay. A little bit more. Okay. I'll slow down a little bit more, guys.
So you just okay here.
Give us some thumbs up if you've got your cream cheese mixture pulled together. Everybody have their cream cheese mixture made? If you don't, there's no worries. We'll give you a minute. But if you could let us know with a thumbs up, who's got their cream cheese mixture ready to go?
Can you slow down a little bit?
Yes? Okay, cool. All right. So our next move then is, let's get ready to cut up some bananas.
Chef, can you repeat the cream cheese?
Out the way. So I'm gonna grab a couple bananas here.
Can you repeat the cream cheese mixture?
Repeat the cream cheese mixture. Absolutely. Okay, so check it out. In the cream cheese mixture, we had 8 ounces of cream cheese. We had a teaspoon of vanilla. We have a teaspoon of cinnamon. And then I believe, if I remember correctly, don't want to misquote you, correct. We have a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. That's the ingredient that you mix together for the filling for the stuffed French toast. So all I did was I took my cream cheese, and it's easier when it's a little softer. So if you took your cream cheese right out the fridge and it's a little firm, just zap it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. Test it. If you need to zap it for another 10 seconds, do that. Just so you can move it around with a spatula or a spoon, but you mix it all together, and then that creates the filling for the French toast that we're about to get into. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut up a few bananas so that I can put the filling in the French toast and then put the sliced bananas in there with the filling. Okay. So I'm going to set my rest of my bananas back here because I only need about 2 of them. All right. And I'm just going to peel them. Okay. So I got my 2 bananas here. And again, if banana's not your thing, go to berries. You can do blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. You can get creative. You can come up with some fillings and then email me and be like, chef, check out what I made last week. Chocolate chips would be good. All right. So I'm just going to slice some bananas here. Okay. So I got some banana slices. Okay. So these are my banana slices here for my filling. So once you slice those bananas, now it's time to get the bread game going. All right. So everybody give us a thumbs up once you got your banana slice. Let me know.
Finished.
That bacon is smelling good already. Already. Everybody's stomachs in here are like, I want to get that bacon. All right. So let's talk about some bread. This one here, classic Italian bread, right? We want to cut some thick pieces because remember, we got to stuff it, right? So let me cut the end off here, right? And then in terms of thickness, I'm going to cut probably, if I had to measure it, probably an inch or so. Maybe inch and a half. Depends on you how thick you want this thing. But say like right here is an inch. I'm going to go probably an inch and a half. To me, it's easier to stuff it. If you want to go bigger than that, you can, but just remember the mixture has to penetrate the bread a little bit. All right, so
It's okay.
that's the thickness of the bread that I'm doing.
Is this much okay?
That's okay.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So I'm cutting them about 1.5 inches. And again, the 1.5 inches just gives me easier ability for stuffing, should I say. Could I go thicker? I could. But you just got to remember the custard's got to penetrate all that bread. All right, so that's my Italian bread. Italian bread's definitely a little more crusty. As you can see, I got crumbs everywhere on my board, but it does make a nice French toast. Okay. Next one that I'm going to slice up is going to be the challah. All right. So for all my young people out there, everybody say challah. We talk about challah bread. All right. So this is challah bread right here. Look how pretty it is, right? Really, really pretty bread. You can find it in most grocery stores. I think I got mine today from ShopRite. All right. So same thing with the challah bread. Now you can feel like when you cut into them, the textures on the two breads a little bit different, especially on the outside. So as you're making French toast, just keep in mind the speed at which they're going to absorb the batter, depending upon the bread, could differ a little bit. So like say something like a sandwich bread, you're dipping it fast. It's thinner, it's quick, and so forth. Texas toast would be a little quicker. Some of the breads are a little hardier. You might be able to let them soak a little longer. I know some restaurants, check this out. You might not know this. Some restaurants, they'll actually let the bread soak in the mixture overnight. So that lets you know that the bread that they're using, it can absorb moisture very well. It won't fall apart as soon as it gets wet and everything. And then they do their French toast the next morning with it. Crazy, right? Now, when you're soaking it that long, it definitely feels like you're doing like bread pudding kind of style. All right, so I'm gonna keep 2 pieces of my thick challah bread here, and I'm gonna keep 2 pieces of my Italian right here for us. All right, So let's do some stuffing. Get rid of a few of these crumbs. Let's start to stuff this French toast. Okay, so we got our thick slices, right? Everybody got their thick slices of bread? Yes? Thumbs up? Okay. And just remember, if you guys got questions, feel free, unmute yourselves, ask your questions. We'd love to hear from you guys. We'll do roll call in a little bit so we know who's here. All right, so check it out. On this French toast, to stuff it, I'm going to cut in the middle of this thing. So see right here, I didn't cut all the way down. I cut in the middle, okay? So see how like if I cut in the middle, I can start to open it up like this, right? So I'm gonna take my knife and I'm just gonna cut just a little bit deeper. Not all the way through though, because again, I'm creating like a pocket. See how I can open that up a little more now and get my hand in there, so to speak? This is what you want for when you're stuffing your French toast. So that's an Italian piece. Let's do the next Italian piece. Now, when I'm cutting the Italian, you can hear that going through that nice, beautiful crust. And then again, I turn it on its side. I just wiggle the knife a little bit back and forth. I don't poke it all the way to the end. I just wiggle it back and forth like that so that I can, again, open it up a bit. See how I can get my hand in there, but I haven't ripped through the other side of the bread. Hey, Daddy, you want to stuff it? All right. All right, so here we go. I'm doing the same thing with my challah bread. Now, you can feel if you're using challah bread today that this right here, the crust on the challah bread is much softer than the Italian bread. So you just gotta be careful. Don't cut all the way through it, okay? Because it doesn't have that crusty structure on the outside like the Italian bread does to hold it together. You gotta be a little bit more delicate with it. But it makes a beautiful French toast. All right, same thing again. And now just making sure I got a nice little pocket in there. So that's where we're gonna stuff it. All right, so it's stuffing time. Grab your cream cheese mixture. We're gonna keep that right here. Keep that handy. Everybody, grab your cream cheese. We're gonna start to get ourselves assembled. I got my cream cheese mixture here, right? I got my dipping mixture right here. I'm just going to give it a last little stir just to make sure my ingredients are all mixed up. Get rid of that whisk. Okay. So we got our cream cheese, we got our bananas, we got our dipping mixture. Pardon me. The next thing that we need to do, let's get our oil warming up. So we're going to put a little bit of oil in the pan. Now, some people are like, Chef, we're not using butter. You could use butter, but here's the big boy trick. I'm gonna teach you a big boy trick from the Pro Kitchens. A lot of times, if you want that butter flavor, they'll do an oil and butter blend. They'll put the oil in first because the oil can withstand the highest heat. Then they add some butter to it to get some butter flavoring to it. And there's something about the oil with the butter that keeps the butter from burning, where if I just use straight butter and the higher heats, eventually you'll burn the butter up kind of quick if you're not watching it. So these are just some big boy tricks, all right? So I just got a little bit of oil in the pan. All right, where's my little rubber spatula? All right, let me grab one. Let me grab one. Here we go. Oh, it's in the bowl. Ha ha. It's in the bowl. Some people say there's mommy brain. Well, there's really daddy brain too. So don't just blame mommy. It's not all mommy. All right. We do it too. We forget where stuff is. All right. So here we go. I got my pocket here, right? So now I'm going to put some of this cream cheese mixture in the pocket. Okay. I'm gonna make one of these for my friend Leslie. I'm gonna make a believer out of my friend Leslie. She's like, "You're gonna put stuffing in the French toast?" We're gonna put stuffing in the French toast. So I got my cream cheese mixture here. I got my bananas here. We're gonna stick that right in the bread. The more, the better. Y'all can't see her. Leslie's over on the other side of the camera. I'm gonna make a believer out of her. You watch. All right, so this is my stuffed Italian one right there. I'm gonna stuff my other one, my other Italian one, and then we're gonna go to the challah. Okay, so I'm putting my stuffing in here, my cream cheese mixture in my French toast. All right, then we're gonna put some bananas in there because my cream cheese was lonely. Okay. All right, so that's my Italian ones, stuffed and stuffed. So now let's do the challah. Now, if you have some favorite types of breads that you guys like to use, go ahead and throw them in the chat right now so you can share with everybody else. Let everybody know what type of bread you guys are using at your house. Okay. So I'm gonna put some bananas in my challah, just like that. And I got one more to go. Parents, don't be surprised if you come downstairs one day and your kid's making stuffed French toast. Your friends won't believe it when you tell them. You'll be like, hey, Marcy, you know my kid makes stuffed French toast in the morning? They'll be like, girl, stop. For real? Once they get the hang of this one, it's really easy for them to do.
Someone asked, how should you do it with traditional sandwich bread?
Okay. So the question was, how should you do this with traditional sandwich bread? Here's the truth. It's difficult with traditional sandwich bread to do a stuffed French toast. At the minimum, you would need a Texas toast, something that's a little bit thicker, something you can cut into. Now, if you wanted to, and you were like, well, look, chef, all I got is traditional bread. You could sandwich it together, i.e., put the filling in between on both breads, put the bananas, and just sandwich it together. That will work. I've done that before. Sometimes it's a little harder on the flip because it's not tied together at the seam. So you got to be kind of quick with it when you flip it. You get in there and you got to just kind of whoop real fast. But it can work. It can work. All right. So here's my pan, guys. And before I start cooking, I'm just going to check my bacon because my bacon's been in there a good 15 minutes. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Okay. So we got the turkey bacon right there. And you can see what I was talking about. See how the brown sugar melted right into the bacon? Telling you. Okay. And this is my Applewood bacon. I'm going to put the Applewood back in just a second longer. But let's take a look here. See that right there? That's our brown sugar bacon. See how that brown sugar just melted right into there? That's perfect.
They don't.
Perfecto. And then this is the other one, the Applewood bacon. And it's just about done. It's just a couple little pieces over here I'd like to get a little more color on, but this side here is cooking very well. So when we talk about ovens and hot spots, here's a prime example. In this oven, this was on the left side. This was on the right side. I had them positioned this way in the oven. I now know that this particular oven is hotter in the front because you can see how this one cooked a little faster than it is in the back. So when I put this one in, I'm going to turn it this way so that it's cooler in the back, hotter in the front. All right. So I'm going to put this back in just a second longer. It's almost there though. And the turkey bacon is done. Okay. But that looks really, really good. Okay, so let's do some French toast. Has everybody gotten their bacon from the oven? Take a peek. And I'll hold up a second, but take a peek. If you haven't checked your bacon, as you can see, my turkey bacon's done. My regular bacon's almost done. So take 2 seconds. Let's take a peek. Check your bacon. If it is done, pull it. If it's not done, set your timers for another minute or two, and we'll go from there. While we're waiting and everybody's checking their bacon, let's do roll call. So the way we do roll call on Little Chefs, you unmute yourself and you say, hey, my name is, and then you put yourself back on mute.
Hey,
All right, let's do it. Roll call. Who's here?
My name is
Caden? Who else is here?
Hey, my name is Sanvi.
Hi,
Hi, my name is Krista. Hi, my name is
Who's here?
Logan.
My name is Gabby.
Logan's here.
Hi, my name is Saeed.
Logan's here.
Hi, my name is Brett.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Hi, my name is Sophie.
Sydney's here today. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Sophie.
Sydney and Sophie, you guys are cooking together?
Hi, my name is Asri.
Hi, my name is Gabby.
Asri. Gabby's in the building.
Hi, my
Gabby
name is
won the cookbook last time. Yes, she did.
Yeah, we're
Cookbook's on order.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Logan.
I don't
Logan's here.
see. Yeah, there you go. Say harmony.
Hi, my name is Harmony.
Say it again.
Say it again.
Hi, my name is Harmony.
Loud.
Is it Harmony? Did you say Harmony?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you guys are here to cook with me today.
Hi, my name is Killian.
Say it again.
Hi, my name is Killian.
Kelly Ann, welcome.
Hi, my name is Sanvi.
Sanri,
Hi, my name is Anaya.
Anaya's here.
My name is Saeed.
Saeed's here.
Oh,
My name is Lucas.
Lucas.
My name is Stella.
We got lots of little chefs. Stella.
Is it muted?
And who's the dad? Is there a dad cooking? Dad's hiding.
Hi, I'm here.
All right.
I'm
All
helping.
right.
The whole
Dad's
family.
That's what say. Dad's helping. That's right. Dads can cook. Okay.
What was that?
Come on.
All right. So I'm gonna pull my other bacon out because
Can we turn the stove off?
if your bacon is out, great question. Go ahead and turn your oven off. If the bacon's out the oven, go ahead and turn that off. I'm gonna pull my bacon right now because it should be done. Just gonna set it right there. Okay. So I'm gonna turn my oven off too, right? Because we don't need to waste any energy. Did I turn it off? Yep, I did. Okay. Cancel. Oh, there it is. All right, so my oven's off. It's time to do this French toast, y'all. And then we're gonna jump into this omelet. Okay. So let's do, I'm gonna do a piece of each of these French toasts. Let's see how they cook. So I have my Italian stuffed, and I'm gonna dip it in my batter, roll it over, just like that. All right, dipped and rolled. Okay, make sure my oil's spread out, and we're gonna go right in that pan. You should hear a sizzle right away. And then I'm gonna take a piece of my challah, and I'm gonna do the same. Dip it, let it soak a second, dip it, let it soak a second. Okay. Oh, one of my bananas fell out. Hold on. One of my bananas fell out. I'm putting one back in. Okay. And then I'm gonna put my challah right next to it. Let's see how they cook, how they compare. Okay. Let me peek. You know, they say you shouldn't be peeking. All right, it's not ready to come off yet. It's ready to come off when it stops sticking. That's the one thing about food. When it sears and it's seared well, it should want to release from the pan.
Parents are asking how can they get involved for the next one?
Oh, so how can you get involved for the next Little Chefs? The next Little Chefs. So let me see, what's today's date? Today is the 20th. So the next Little Chefs cooking event, I believe, should be Sunday. I believe that's October 4th. So that'll be out really soon. You'll be able to sign up and so forth. Feel free to share it with some of your friends if they like to cook as well and they want to see themselves on the show also. Oh yeah, we're definitely doing Halloween. We're definitely gonna do something for Halloween. So if you guys are looking to make some cool stuff for Halloween, we're gonna do some spooktacular and boolicious desserts for Halloween. So make sure to sign up for that, Little Chefs. I'll get that information out there early because the space is limited, so it will fill up. But we will definitely do some stuff for Halloween. Halloween's gonna be a little different this year, we know, because of the environment. So make sure to join me so you can make your spooktacular desserts. All right, so I'm gonna check this one. Almost, but you saw how easy that came off the pan. Like I told you, when it has seared, it will want to release itself from the pan. When it's not ready, you'll find like that's when things sort of stick. It almost creates like its own little crust. So I'm just gonna check this one. You can see this one's not moving yet. So I know that the challah bread takes a second longer. It's almost ready to move, and so forth. So let's take a peek. Almost. I'm gonna let that sear for just another 60 seconds or so. All right. So once our French toast is done, guys, we're gonna be doing the omelets. The omelets are, in theory, easier, in theory. But the one thing that you will need to have ready or prepped is a little bit of ham, okay? So if we step over here while we're waiting for this to sear a second, these are my omelet ingredients. They're pretty simple. I got some Monterey Jack cheese right here. I have some mozzarella and I have some cheddar. Now, I like the sharp cheddar because I think the flavor penetrates a little better. It hits you a little harder. Sometimes the mild cheddars, it's not that they're not good, but I'm a flavor guy. I'm looking for flavor. So I like the sharp cheddar a little better. We will need some eggs and we'll need some ham. So I'm gonna chop up just a little bit of ham while we're waiting here for our French toast, my big pieces of French toast to get done. So I can flip it. So here I have some pieces of just sliced ham, right? And I'm just gonna chop it, dice it, and get that ready. Now, a lot of people will, how should I say this? When they make their omelets, sometimes they'll just take the ham, throw it in the egg, mix it around, and cook it. Well, it takes a little longer for the ham to get done than it does for the egg to cook. So you have to, in a sense, cook the ham, have the eggs ready, scramble, 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 pour it in the pan. All right, just a tip. All right, so everybody get your ham ready, okay? Get your ham ready to go. And that's the next thing that we're gonna do. I'm gonna take a little bit of oil and I'm gonna put it in my omelet pan just to let it warm up, okay? And so I can cook the ham. Okay, so I got my oil in the pan there. I'm gonna use one little tiny piece as a tester, see if she's gonna sizzle for me yet. Nope, I'll let it get just a little bit warmer. Oh, it's sizzling, there we go. Okay, didn't take long to sizzle, did it? All right, so I'm gonna put some ham in the pan, just like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and cook my ham. Again, we wanna make sure that the ham is cooked. A lot of times, it'll just be thrown in there, but that's not the proper way to make an omelet. You want to make sure the fillings are cooked. So today we're doing ham and cheese. But like, let's say you're like, oh, my dad likes Western omelets, right? So you would cook the onions, cook the peppers, cook the ham, and then you would add the eggs to it. All right, let me check this piece of bread here. Yep, she's moving and grooving, so we're gonna flip her. Oh, look at that. Looky, looky, looky. Daddy's got a cookie. All right, so here's our, this is our big, thick Italian piece of French toast. Let me check this one. All right, she might be ready to flip. Let me take a peek. Oh yeah, okay. Look, check this out. Ready to flip. I maybe could have flipped it a second earlier. It's not really burnt, it's just the sugar. Huh? It's not Cajun. Look, they said it's Cajun. It's not Cajun, it's flavorful. So, but what I want to point out to you guys is different breads have different amounts of sugars in them. Like a lot of people make bread and they're like, there's no sugar in bread. Not true. However, you can tell that the sugar content of the challah is higher. Why? Because this one was in the pan second, right? That's number one. Number two, you see the coloring on here. It browned more, so it's showing you that there's more sugar in here than there is in here, in this bread. Yep. So I know for the next flip that by the time I flip this one should definitely be ready to go. But that's looking good. That's looking good right now. What they say, yummy in my tummy, get in my belly. Yeah, that's where that one's going. All right, so I got my ham cooking here, and I'm just flipping it over. If your parents, if your kids are not ready to do that little move there, just go ahead and move it around in the pan with your little spatula like this, so they're not flinging ham all over your stove. All right, but once you get used to and you're able to, guys, cooking in a saute pan, which is what this is. Saute pans are different than skillets in that the skillet normally has more like straight sides. Saute pan has that curved side. And what saute means in French means to jump. All right. So because it has that curved side, you see, like when I do like that, it flips back. They're designed to jump. All right, so that's why these are called saute pans. Even this is a saute pan because it's got that curvy edge. Okay. All right, so my ham is almost done. I'm going to get a plate here because I think my French toast is getting close. My French toast is getting closer. All right, let me take a peek. Mm-hmm. Check this out. Look at that. For my friends that were calling my other side Cajun, I got a really nice piece. Look at that. Look at that piece of French toast. Now remember, I flipped this one first. And you can see like there's a little bit more browning on this one. Again, that's just showing you the higher sugar content in the bread. But that's our stuffed French toast right there. That looks crazy, crazy. Now to finish the French toast is pretty easy, right? You could do, let me grab, what did I do with that there? If you wanted to, oh, there we go. If you wanted to, right, and you got some leftover bananas, you could put some like right on top, just like I'm doing right here. All right, that's just to finish it. If you want to take it the extra mile and you want to go like on some banana pudding type stuff, we can go with the little vanilla wafers on here, give it a little sprinkle, okay? Or if you want to just go traditional, you could just go syrup. Either way, I'm syruping both of them. I'm telling you that right now. Don't threaten me with a good time. All right. Just like that. Yeah, baby. So this is our stuffed French toast. All right. So you can see you can do a regular, or you can take it the extra mile. We can take it almost like a banana pudding, put some bananas and all that on there. Let's go back over here. Let's talk about these omelets though. Okay. So here's my ham right now. See how my ham is nice and cooked? Look, here it is when it's just cold. And not that the ham isn't cooked, but it's not sauteed, shall we say, right? See the difference? Hey, what's up, man? You want to try some French toast? Yeah. Look, he's like, I'm quiet, but I would love to try that French toast. You're hungry. All right. Hold on now. Let me cut you a little piece of this thing here. Huh? I'm telling you. All right, go ahead, bro. Try that. Uh-oh. There you go. All right, let me know. What we working with?
So fluffy.
It is. It's really fluffy. It's moist. It's got a good flavor to it. What do you think?
Really good.
Does it need anything else on it? Look.
Perfect.
Perfect?
Perfect.
Awesome. All right. So let's talk about this omelet. We got the ham, right? It's nicely sauteed. I'm gonna crack 2 eggs in here. All right. Let's whisk our eggs together. All right, we want to make sure they're mixed up. Okay. And then we just want to pour our egg mixture right here over the ham. Now it's going to move fast because the ham's already hot. The oils are hot. All right. So 2 eggs. Sometimes daddy might like 3. And then we just want to let the egg cook a little bit. I'm just getting all the little pieces that's hanging on the sides down into it. And then we just want to give it a second. Let it cook. Okay. Now, there's a few techniques you can do for omelets. One of them is, as it starts to cook, you see how we have a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of liquid egg here on top. You can lift up some of that cooked part, let some of the runny come around and get under there, which is what you see me doing here. I'm letting some of that that's on top there run and get under so that it can cook. Okay. Now you see how, because I'm using a nonstick pan, I'm getting some okay movement right there. If you feel like it's not moving enough for you, you can dip your spatula in a little bit of oil, just like this, and just slide it slightly under your omelet. All right, that should allow your omelet to move like that. Now the next part was the flip. And my little tail, you see that? Even us big guys, every once in a while, my little piece right here got stuck. All right, we're gonna let her go. She's just about big enough. There we go. I'm just spreading her out a little bit. So when I flipped it, my little tiny tail, which was right here, didn't want to cooperate, but she's still gonna look tasty. All right, see? That's my omelet right there. When you do omelets, you really want a nonstick pan so that you can flip it. Some people don't flip. So if you can't flip it, it's okay. Some people don't flip it, and what they'll do is they'll continue to take the wet part and they'll just move it to the sides so it cooks evenly. Once that's all done, now we need to add some queso. So I'm gonna add some Monterey Jack cheese to my omelet. I'm gonna add some mozzarella. Okay, and we're gonna add some of that sharp cheddar. Okay. Once you got that, then it's time to fold her up. So we just fold her like that. Come on. Don't be mean. I got a lot of cheese in mine. Okay. I do. I'm not gonna lie. All right. See right there? And there we go. We got our omelet. She's nice. She's folded. Now I just gotta get a plate. If you want to, check this out. You can, because you just folded her and the heat's right there, you can give her just a little bit of cheese on the top. It'll melt because of the residual heat. If you want to just put a little sprinkle. This is how when we're in the restaurants, you can tell what omelet is what in the window based upon the toppings that are on top of it. So check this out. Here is our omelet. All right. This is our ham and cheese omelet right here. And let's add some pieces of our brown sugar bacon. And we'll add a little piece of turkey bacon too for our turkey bacon lovers. All right. So that is our omelet and our bacon. What do you think? And this was our French toast. Minus that little piece that my friend ate. So what'd you guys think? How's everybody's omelets doing? Everybody hold your omelets up to the camera. Now for us to see them, you got to unmute yourself and say your name so that the omelet flashes up on the screen. How's everybody's omelets? And I'd love to see some of your French toast.
To do that.
Oh, I was gonna.
Because I'm definitely cooking my other pieces.
I am Krista.
Krista's got a nice omelet.
I am
Guys are telling me Krista's
Kaden.
got a nice omelet.
I am Kaden.
Caden's got a nice omelet.
This isn't an omelet. This is French toast.
Caden's got the French toast. Okay.
Come over here. We're gonna do yours now. Mom, unmute it. He said unmute it and put your omelet
I'm
on.
putting my other two pieces of French toast.
My omelet's done.
Parents, we would love for you guys to take some pictures and post them so we can see them. I love to take a look at everybody's stuff when the program ends. So if you could take some pictures, tag us in them when you post them on social media. Tag DETV and Desserts by Dana in them, or DETV and Dana Herbert in them, so that we can see the pictures. We love looking at the pictures that you guys are making. So that's basically Little Chefs tonight, guys. We have done breakfast for dinner. What do you think? Right? So again, we'd love to see your pictures. If you wouldn't mind, please post them on social media, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, tag DETV and Dana Herbert in them so that we can take a look at them. Thank you guys, specifically to the Teen Warehouse for allowing us to come in here and use the demo kitchen. They've been a great supporter of Little Chefs since we got going. And it's a beautiful space for teenagers. So I know once this whole COVID situation is over and we're able to fill the buildings and the kids are able to come in, they are going to have a great time because there's dance studios and fitness studios and theaters, gyms, computer labs. I mean, they even got storage lockers for the kids to put their stuff in with chargers in them. So they can actually keep their phones and tablets and so forth secure and charged. It's pretty cool. They really thought about what they were doing when they made this place. Thank you, as always, to my partner, DETV. We're having a great time on this food journey. And let me tell you, we got some stuff lined up for you guys, honestly, in the next few years. Like, we've got a lot of stuff. You guys are going to love it. We got some great surprises coming in the fall. You're going to see. I'm not going to spoil it. And let's just say one day we're going to have a Little Chef competition. All right. So keep your skills tight. Make sure to tune in all the time on Little Chefs. And I know that you guys will be ready for that Little Chefs competition that's coming. And as always, please make sure you're sharing with your friends and your families because they can always see you guys on Little Chefs live with me. So if there's no more questions, and I know you guys are ready to eat because I am, we're gonna get ready to cut out of here. Are there any more questions before I turn you loose? Did everybody have a good time?
Yeah,
Gabby?
I have a question. I don't have the book yet.
Oh, okay. You might not have heard me earlier, Gabby. So the books we have to actually order. They come from our printer. So the printer is sending the book directly to you. Because of the current situation, it takes a little bit longer than usual. I'd probably give it a good 3-4 weeks. Normally it comes quicker, but because of the printing times right now, it normally takes about 3 or 4 weeks before they get sent out. But it is coming. It is coming.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Gabby. All right. Well, that's it for Little Chefs, guys. We hope to see you guys back here. I believe that's on October 4th. If I'm wrong, it's the 5th. I think it's the 4th, Sunday the 4th. And we will have another great menu up for you guys. All right. You guys have a wonderful weekend. As always, we love you guys. Be safe, be careful, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, Chef Dana.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
No.